finally the beginning of the week, and I really want to get my week started on a good note, so I'm going to prep a bunch of stuff to make my week easier and have it go along smoother. One of those things that I'm going to be prepping is my breakfast, which is going to be chia puddings. I'm going to be prepping my cold brew and also some little things that I can add to my meals, like pickled cabbage and pickled onions. So I wanted to show you guys everything that I prepped to kind of just make my week go a little bit easier. So yeah, I recently started eating a lot of chia puddings in the morning, or at least supplementing one of my meals with a chia pudding. It helps me a lot, and they are super healthy, so it's definitely a plus. And they are super easy to make. My favorite thing is that I make them in like a batch of 4, and literally I wake up in the morning, grab my chia pudding and go to work or do whatever I need to do, and I don't need to cook or anything because it is ready. I am a very simple gal, so I make mine very simple, but you guys can add a ton of different things to them, so I just want to show you how I make them. So I have 4 of these cups. Well, I actually have 5, but the other one I have it in my pantry with like cornstarch, so I just make 4. Sometimes David eats them with me, so these last like 2 days, or sometimes I eat them all by myself, so it lasts me like for 4 days. Just really depends on who is eating them. I've made them in different ways, but my favorite way is just literally with almond milk. This is the milk that we buy. Oat milk is really good too. I love soy milk, but David is allergic, so I just don't even buy it. And also chia seeds. I bought these at Costco in bulk, and this is how much we have left. Basically, you want to do a cup of milk and then 2 tablespoons of chia seeds. I've heard different recipes. My favorite, I do 3 tablespoons of chia seeds because I like mine thick, but if you like it more watery, you can do like 2 tablespoons. Definitely like play around with it and see what it is that you like. So yeah, and then I have my little measuring cups right here, so I'm gonna go ahead and measure everything out, put it in my cups. I like to use this milk frother. It just makes it a little bit easier. Once you've mixed them for a while, if you still see that they are separated like this, you want it to be like all together and very well combined, because if not, it's just gonna get really chunky and slimy at the bottom, and then it's just gonna be a weird texture. So I go ahead and put my lids on all of them, and I just shake them very well till they look like, do you see how now all the seeds are combined? That is what you want it to look like. Now that they are all combined and they look like this, I'm just gonna go ahead and put them in my fridge. Tomorrow, once I open it, I can add my toppings. You can add your toppings now if you want. I just like the crunch of my granola and stuff like that when it's fresh, so I put it in when I'm going to eat it. This container I actually have sliced almonds and granola mixed in, so I will put a little bit of this. The granola is chocolate and coconut, so it tastes really good. I got that one at Aldi's. And then I also love these little Made Good granola minis. It's like little balls. This one's the chocolate chip one. My favorite one is actually the berry mix. It tastes so good, but I don't have any. We literally ran out. That's how much I like them. It's like the purple packaging. This one's good too if you want something like sweeter, but this is what they look like. You can also add some honey. I've seen people add vanilla extract or maple syrup or a little bit of sugar, simple syrup, something to sweeten it up. I honestly can eat it like this. My almond milk has a little bit of sugar, so it tastes sweet, and I don't want to add too much sweetener to mine. And the granola and all that stuff already has sweetness, so it tastes good. But if you want to make it extra fun, you can also add fruit. Yeah, that is how I make my chia seeds. I'm gonna go ahead and prepare my cold brew and show you guys how I do that. If you watch my small videos, you've probably seen me make cold brew before, but basically I use this glass pitcher. David actually got me this for Christmas because I sometimes won't make coffee because it's just so much work. So this is easier for me because it's ready. I just pour it and I'm ready to go. So basically that's why he got it for me. The coffee that I'm using is this one from Aldi's. It's from Honduras. and this is what the bag looks like. This is like coffee that I can just, you know, use for my cold brews, because I also have Costa Rican coffee, but I won't use that for my cold brews. I'll use that for like more special coffee because I like it better. And basically you're just gonna put this in here like that and fill it up all the way to the top. Alright, so now that I have it all the way filled up to the top, I'm just going to go ahead and put it in here like that and start filling it up with water. You want to do room temperature water. Alright, so I have my water. I put it in my blender because that's like the biggest thing that I have, but you're just gonna pour it. But you see how it goes up? So I have to wait for it to go down and then put more water. But yeah, this is how you do it. Finally filled it up all the way. This actually has a max right here. Sometimes I fill it up till there, but sometimes I don't. I don't think it really matters, but it's all filled up. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in my fridge, and then tomorrow morning I'm gonna go ahead and take out the little strainer with the coffee and then fill it up with water. Pretty much everything I'm going to be prepping for the week as far as breakfast. I was going to prep some smoothie cups like these, but I literally only have strawberries. I don't have any other. I have strawberries and mango, but I refuse to mix my mangoes with any other fruit. So I still have a few left from these. These are just strawberry, spinach, and bananas. And what I do is I open it up, I put some milk in it, let it sit for a little bit, and then I blend it up. And this is the smoothie. It looks kind of nasty, but it tastes really good. And I just put it in my cup. This is actually David's cup, but I put it in this cup and I just sip it throughout the day or like for lunch and stuff, and it's really good. So this is easier because everything is cut up. I literally just dump it in my blender. Love it. I have this one. And I have this one, which is mango, celery, and spinach. So if I want like a juice type of feel, or if I want like a smoothie, it just really depends. And also when we eat dinner and stuff, I like to make these. But yeah, that's pretty much it for breakfast. I'm gonna drink my matcha. That's really good.
You like it?
Mm-hmm. So as far as lunch goes, I don't really prep that much for lunch. I do want to start prepping. I just don't know what exactly because I'm just a little picky when it comes to my lunch. But one thing that I can make in advance is pickled cabbage and pickled onions. I recently discovered kava. It's like chipotle, but like a Mediterranean chipotle, and it's so good. If I could eat anywhere for like ever, like every single day, would be that place. Is amazing. And they have pickled cabbage and pickled onions, and it's so good. I already made it once, like I think last week I made both of them. It was my first time making them, so it was okay. So I want to make it better this time. I have my cabbage here, and I'm afraid it's gonna go, look at that, oh, it's gonna go bad if I don't use it. It's already turning like green. And I have my onion in here. Let me check on her. She looks good. She's fine. I have my onion in here. So basically I'm just gonna go ahead and cut everything really finely and then make my little pickle mixture. This is not necessarily healthy. I just really love this with like tuna tostadas. I've been obsessed with. And also like bowls like kava. I put it with like rice, beans, and like stuff like that. So good. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut everything up. Separate them and then put them in your jar and then just basically pack them in there. So for the pickling mixture, I'm gonna go ahead and do, this is 1 cup of vinegar and then 1.5 cups of water. This is 2 tablespoons of sugar. I'm not gonna do any salt because I didn't like it with too much salt last time. And basically you're just going to simmer this, and you don't have to boil it, but just warm it up a bit. But we're gonna let this simmer. You know what? Maybe if I turn on the stove, that would be great. Alright, now we're gonna let it simmer. Pour it in the jars. And now with this, I'm just gonna push it down, make sure that it's all coated. the cabbage always like immediately turns into like a beautiful pink. This one takes a little bit of time, but I'm just gonna push it down. I'm just going to let these sit and like get cold or room temperature. These are so good. I love pickled onions, cabbage. I want to do pickled carrots. That's also so good. But yeah, this is my second try at them. So if you have any recommendations on how to pickle cabbage, let me know. I'm gonna let these sit. I'm gonna do some other things around the house. I'll come back and show you guys once they are cooled down. Real quick, you guys, the lighting is kind of bad, but this is finally cool. This is what it looks like, and this is what this one looks like. I actually did my nails, that's why you can see my nails. But I'm just gonna close these up, put them in my fridge, and that is pretty much it for prepping today. I think tomorrow I'm going to make some tuna salad or some pasta salad with some beet salad or something like that. I just don't have mayo, so I have to figure out what I'm going to do. For today, I think we are done. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have any meal preps or anything like that, like any recommendations, let me know down in the comments. I would love to get more ideas and things that I can make.